In one of the most bizarre internet spirals of July 2025, BTS's Jungkook found himself once again at the center of unfounded dating rumors, this time linked to aespa's winter. What started as speculation over Jungkook's new Instagram handle at MNI Jungkook quickly escalated into a full-blown shipping theory, with some fans claiming that MNI was a coded reference to Winter's real name, Min Jung. But things didn't stop there. Online evidence included alleged matching outfits, similar gym locations, edited fan photos, even shared playlists, which were proven unrelated. However, what was meant to stir curiosity among shippers ended up sparking a massive backlash. Thousands of fans and netizens alike began mocking the absurdity of the rumors, labeling them as reaching, delusional, and unfair to both idols involved. One top-liked comment on Reddit read, "Just because they breathe the same air doesn't mean they're dating. Please stop embarrassing the fandom." Another viral tweet simply said, "Imagine thinking MNI equals Min Jung and not my name is. We need to touch grass, y'all." The criticism highlights a growing frustration among fans towards obsessive shipping culture, particularly when there's zero credible evidence and the rumors risk harming the reputations and privacy of the idols involved. While neither Jungkook nor Winter have responded to the rumor, the fandom has made one thing clear. BTS's name should not be dragged into every baseless theory. Respect their personal lives, or you're not respecting them at all. The rumor caught fire when a few eagle-eyed netizens pointed out that Jungkook's Instagram name, at MNI Jungkook, could possibly include the initials MNI, which they claimed stood for Winter's birth name, Min Jung. But within hours, those same fans began linking completely unrelated things. A black hoodie Jungkook once wore that resembled Winter's outfit, a similar angle in a gym selfie, and even timing of Weaver's post that supposedly hinted at a secret conversation. This kind of behavior isn't new. Over the years, K-pop fandoms have seen the rise of a subset of shippers who push intense, often baseless relationship theories using vague evidence as confirmation. But for a fandom like ARMY, known for its protective love for Jungkook, this kind of speculation feels more like a violation than a celebration. Many fans were outraged, not because of the idea that Jungkook could date someone, but because of how the rumors were created and circulated. One fan wrote on Weavers, "Why is it that every time Jungkook breathes, someone turns it into a conspiracy? Let him live. He's not your puppet." Another added, "It's embarrassing that people still use coincidence as proof. If he ever wants to share who he loves, he will. Until then, respect him." It wasn't long before phrases like "Delulu era needs to end," "Leave Jungkook alone," and "MNI equals my name is, not Min Jung" began trending on Twitter, TikTok, and even South Korean online forums like The Q and DC Inside. Interestingly, neither BTS's agency Hybe nor aespa's label SM Entertainment have made any statement, perhaps because the claim lacks substance. Instead, the silence sends a subtle message. Don't feed the delusion. Meanwhile, longtime ARMYs are pushing back harder than ever. Fan-made content debunking the rumor has spread rapidly, often accompanied by humorous TikToks and meme compilations mocking the MNI equals Min Jung theory. One meme even featured Jungkook holding a sign that reads, "MNI equals my name is. Get it right." This situation speaks to a bigger issue within the K-pop industry, the blurry line between idol and object, between privacy and performance. While parasocial relationships can foster loyalty and connection, they can also fuel obsession and entitlement when left unchecked. Fans know a lot about idols, but knowing isn't the same as owning. And when the lines between reality and fantasy get blurred, Idols like Jungkook often become the target of internet projections they never signed up for. In his past live broadcasts, Jungkook has opened up about feeling overwhelmed by constant speculation, saying, "Sometimes people say they know me, but they don't even know what I'm feeling inside." He's also repeatedly asked fans to respect his space while expressing his love and appreciation for ARMY support. So maybe this rumor, like many before it, isn't about who Jungkook is dating. Maybe it's a reminder of how far fandom needs to grow. This isn't the first time Jungkook has been pulled into a dating controversy without evidence, and likely not the last. From false dating allegations with tattoo artists, stylists, and now fellow idols, the Golden Maknae has often had to walk a tightrope between staying open to fans and protecting his personal life. Each time he laughs on live, posts a playlist, or appears in a gym photo, fans comb through the background as if it's a mystery thriller. And yet, Jungkook has always chosen grace over outrage. But behind that patience lies exhaustion, and fans are starting to see it. In a heartfelt Weavers post last year, Jungkook admitted, "I'm just a person too. Sometimes I feel so exposed. I wish people would stop assuming things about me." Moments like these reveal a softer, more human side of Jungkook, one that feels deeply but often hides those feelings to protect others. As the rumors spiraled online, a counter-movement began to rise. ARMY started using the hashtag #RespectJungkook to push back against obsessive fan behavior. Instead of attacking shippers, many fans took a different approach: education and empathy. This isn't about shipping. This is about letting a 27-year-old man live, one ARMY wrote in a tweet that gained 2 million views. "He gave us his music, his soul, his energy. The least we can do is protect his peace." Weavers' comments were flooded with messages of support. "We believe in you, Jungkook. Don't worry about nonsense. We're here for the real you. Your privacy matters, even if you don't say it." Some fans even created artwork, videos, and threads chronicling Jungkook's journey from debut to now, not to defend him against a rumor, but to remind him how deeply loved he is, without condition. In today's fandom culture, curiosity can quickly become consumption. People want to know what Jungkook eats, what perfume he wears, what his Spotify playlist says about his mood. But when curiosity turns into conspiracy, the result isn't connection, it's dehumanization. Jungkook has always had a unique relationship with fans. He trusts them. He lets them into his life more than most idols. But this trust is fragile, and if it's repeatedly broken, he may choose to pull away, as he once did by deleting his Instagram in early 2023. Will history repeat itself? That's the fear some fans are now expressing. For now, the rumor seems to be fading, not because of a formal denial, but because the fans themselves rejected it. They chose to prioritize Jungkook's well-being over their own fantasies. But the incident leaves behind an important question. How do we love someone we don't truly know and still allow them to have a life outside of us? That's the dilemma every fandom faces. And with Jungkook, the stakes are always higher because his soul is so visible. He sings his heart out, exposes his emotions, and gives more of himself than most ever would. He's a global icon, but also someone's son, someone's friend, someone trying to live a life that's still unfolding. And if there's one thing July 2025 has taught us, it's this. The real Jungkook deserves more than our projections. He deserves our protection. While the rumor storm raged across Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok, Jungkook remained silent. No clarifications, no defensive messages, no subtle live stream hints. And yet, his silence spoke volumes. Because sometimes silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. Sometimes choosing not to react is the most dignified answer to chaos. And sometimes true strength lies in walking forward while the world tries to define you. Jungkook has always walked that path. From his teenage debut in 2013, eyes wide, voice shaking, to now, a man in his late 20s who commands stadiums with calm, elegance, and intensity. But fans forget, he didn't sign up to be dissected. He signed up to sing. This controversy, like many before it, is not just about Jungkook. It's about what happens when an industry and its fans fall in love with the idea of a person more than the person themselves. It's about obsessive evidence turned into internet witch hunts, shipping culture masking emotional projections, a man who can't post a photo without 10,000 comments trying to decode it, a culture that demands vulnerability, then weaponizes it. And in the middle of it all, Jungkook continues to do what he does best: create, perform, endure. But at what cost? This latest rumor might fade, but it leaves behind a turning point. Because this time, the backlash didn't just come from netizens or reporters. It came from within the fandom. Armies tired of watching their favorite member turn into someone else's theory. Armies choosing love over illusion. Armies standing up not for a ship, but for his right to be human. In a fandom this massive, change doesn't come easy. But in July, something shifted. One fan on Weverse wrote, "We've grown with you. We've made mistakes. But now we understand better. We're not here to own Jungkook. We're here to walk beside him." Another simply said, "If you love him, protect him." Even without addressing the rumor, Jungkook, once again, reminded the world who he is. He is not a rumor. He is not a theory. He is not someone's fantasy story. He is a man who sings with pain in his voice and light in his eyes. A man who once covered his face in airports to avoid photos, but now looks fans in the eye and says, "Thank you." A man who carried a nation's dreams on his back and still smiled. He is Jungkook, not just a member of BTS, but a person who deserves peace, privacy, and the space to become whatever he wants next.